wait a minute or two before we get started and see if anybody will join in. I'm Amanda Mertz, Did You Stamp Today, and I was supposed to host a new mini catalog and celebration open house today for my customers locally, and it decided that we were going to have a snowstorm last night, and when I was checking all the weather reports, there was very wide variations in what we were going to expect. It was either a dusting or I saw several that were up to 6 inches. So we got maybe 2 or 3, but the roads are all fine now. But I didn't want to take a chance and have everything ready and then nobody could come, and or anybody feeling that they had to try to go out if the roads were bad just because they had RSVP'd. So I'm just going to do a couple of the make and take projects that I had planned on a Facebook Live today and show a few things and hopefully get you all excited for the new mini catalog and celebration. Celebration this year is products out of this brochure, and it is for every $60 in merchandise. Doesn't count tax or shipping. So for every $60 you can choose one of the items in here for free, and it's we've got a lot of stamps, and there's paper, and there's at the higher dollar value, if you hit 120 on your order, there are 2 products at that level. One is a stamp set and die, the heart-shaped bundle, and then there is another stamp set that is very detailed, which is called the Quarter and Bloom, which is also at the 120. But at the $60 level, there's lots of choices, and it's always fun to get something free. So I say stock up on all of your basic white, your envelopes, your glue, the ribbon you use the most, dimensionals, all that stuff. Throw that on an order and get yourself up to that $60 because you're going to use the stuff all year round anyway. So you might as well get something for it for free. And then this is the mini catalog. And your orders to do celebration do not have to be just from the mini catalog. It can be online exclusives. It can be from the annual catalog. It can be from things on the last chance list. So don't feel that you have to only order something new out of the mini catalog. There are lots of different ways that you can make it to 60. So I'm just going to actually flip the camera around. So bear with me for a second while I put you all up on my other tripod so you can see my work surface. And let me see if I can, where's the flip? There it is. It moves every time I try to do it. Let's see, there we go. Get you nice and straight. All right, let's give you something else to look at here. How about we put that down while I double check. Let's see if anybody has joined us and I can say hello. I do have some door prizes that I'm going to, everybody who joins in and leaves comments and participates today, I'm going to put your names into a hat, and I've got 4 door prizes that I'm going to just draw names and see how it works. You know, let everybody get a chance to win because I was going to do door prizes today. So we've got the first thing, I'm not going to unroll it, but it's gold ribbon, and it's not really ribbon. It's like kind of a mesh, and it's really pretty. There's several examples in the mini catalog using it, but I guess so there's a roll of that for me to give away. I've got these gems. These are 2-tone sparkle gems, kind of fun. And then I have a package of, let me move some stuff out of the way so you can see it. This vellum, what's the name of it? Floral and gingham vellum. I'm going to actually cut this in half. So 2 people, you'll win, there's 3 sheets, so you'll each get half of one of the 12 by 12 sheets. So I was going to do that. So leave a comment and say hello. And if you're not one of my local customers, say where you're watching from. That's always nice to see how far these lives get across the Facebook land. So and another thing I wanted to show before I start doing any stamping, I wanted to show you this new kit that I just got, and I'm planning to do at my Kit Together event on Thursday. So just show up at my house, 7 p.m. We're going to put together, grab a kit that you've got in your stash, or an old paper pumpkin that you haven't put together yet. Come on over and sit and chit chat, and we'll have a little dessert and just kind of get some stamping done while we're while we're chatting. So this is the new Perpetual Beauty calendar kit. And as soon as I saw that we were coming out with this, I jumped on it. So it just arrived the other day. And let me show you. So if your New Year's resolution, or you know, a goal that you want to have in the new year is to do better about sending out your birthday cards, you want to get this kit because it's a perpetual calendar kit. So it's it's got like a hardbound front cover and back cover. It's got this nice little spiral bound, if I can get it out, it just tucked in, this little hanging bit, so you can hang it up right on a cork board or a wall, or you know, on the side of your fridge if that's where you look the most. And you can put it together and then just add in all the birthdays or events that you need to remember to do cards for. And then, you know, you go through the whole year and then you flip it back in January and start again. But you get a little Stampin' Spot and Pretty Peacock. It comes with a little block. And then you get the little stamp set that has all the months. So you've got all the months, and then these obviously can be reused for cards, use them for your scrapbooking. And it comes with all the little bits to put together, the little design that you're going to use to highlight at the top of each page. So these are all like die cut stickers, and they're nice and thick, and you peel those off, and there's several sheets of each one. And then this one is a pretty copper. And then, so you get the, let me see if I can show you that. So you just highlight the little bit at the top, and then you fill in the lines with the birthdays that you have for that month. But anyway, this is what kit I'm going to be doing on Thursday with anybody who wants to come and put some cards together, and you bring what you're working on and have a good time and just chat and catch up and see how everybody's holidays were. But this is the Perpetual Beauty Kit. That's the front cover. It's almost too nice to cover that up, but it is $25, and you can order that in the online store. But anyway, it just came 2 days ago, so I wanted to show that off in case you missed. I know not a lot of people look at the kits, but definitely don't sleep on the kits. All right, so the first project I'm going to use the birthday celebration. And, oh, look, there are lots of people joining in. I see, hi, Lori and Andrea and Bobby is here. Thanks, guys, so much for joining me, talking to myself in my stamp room. So we've got the birthday celebration stamp set. We're not using the dies, but these are the fun dies. They've got the numbers and little banner pieces and little flowers and tassels and stuff to decorate with. So, and we're going to use some of the Wildflower birthday specialty paper. And if I can, so it's this whole paper, one side has gold accents, which is super pretty. So first we're going to start with, I've got my little pack here. So I had all these projects planned and was hoping to get to show them off, and at the end I probably could have kept it on, but you never know what the weather is going to do. Like I said at the beginning, I was looking at 4 or 5 different weather services, and honestly it was like a dusting to 6 inches. So what are you going to do with that, right? You always hope that, well, I always hope that it's going to be a lot of snow, but you never know in this area. So I've got the bit of the pretty paper with the gold scallops. I'm just going to do a little bit of glue on the back and do that right along. Make sure I get this all in the middle for you guys to see. Put that on. I've got this, which is Make-A-Wish, and I'm going to use some Blueberry Bushel. And just going to stamp that on a piece of scrap. And then I'm using another new product. The bundle is To The Point. Is it the To The Point label bundle? I have to look at the catalog, but all right. The bundle is called Hugs for Love, but the punch is called To The Point Label Punch. So just it's a nice little shape. And you know what? Let's go this way. I think I'll be able to line it up. I didn't do it quite high enough. And what is super fun about the birthday celebration designer series paper has 2 full sheets of these like die cuts, images that are already all like coordinates with the paper and stuff. And these are really fun to mix and match. Let me just show off some of them. We've got cupcakes. We've got lots of flowers and little gold leaves, some balloons, more cupcakes. And then there's some bigger images, like a cake, and then another cake, and some more flowers, and like a nice big banner, and some gold banners. But this is really fun. Like if you just want to make a whole big set of cards, there's balloons, and you just kind of pull out some card bases with coordinating colors, and you've got do little accents of the other designer series paper patterns, and then use these fun, I mean, this makes a card so quick. So you always can have birthday cards ready to go. You know, if you didn't get your Perpetual Beauty birthday calendar put together yet, and you get a birthday that sneaks up on you somewhat, you know, you can pull in your stash and just go ahead and have one ready to go. And it's so easy. Let me get some dimensionals. Let's see. Actually, we're not going to do dimensionals yet. Let's just put this one. I'm going to do this big one. I didn't do any of my samples with any of the big images because I was saving those for you guys who are going to come to the class today. So, but this big one, it takes up a nice amount. Let's see. Going to do it on a diagonal. And then now we're going to do dimensional. So I've got my Make-A-Wish. And let's see. Oh, I need to keep remembering to look up and see if anybody else has commented so I can respond. If you have questions, put them up there. I can't guarantee that I'll see it during the live, but I'll definitely go back and read all the comments after and make sure I respond. So you'll get an answer one way or another. All right, so I'm going to do Make-A-Wish right there. And then what's so fun, like all these, like you get a pile, like there is a huge pile of these die cuts. And I took one of the similar kit with me to a girls trip with my aunts and my mom and a cousin over the summer. And I brought all the bases and some, you know, extra pieces, and we just sat down and put together, everybody made 5 or 6 cards out of them. And it was just such a fun time, like low stress. Everyone picked what sentiments they wanted, and it was a fun time. So if you've got some sort of a family get together or girls get together and you need to have an activity to do, this is a fun one to do with the group. So I'm just going to put a dimensional on here. Oops. Try not to get glue all over. That's always the hard part, isn't it? And then we're just going to kind of accent that. Let's see, what else can we put? How about a green leaf too? Add one of those in. We can probably just tuck that in. But you can kind of just add as much or as little as you want. I'm going to tuck this one in, kind of layer that with the gold. There we go. And let's see, what else do I have? I've got some ribbon. So we've got Pretty in Pink and Peach Pie ribbon. I think I'm going to do a little bit of some Pretty in Pink stitch ribbon. So Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Old Olive we've got in this designer series paper, the Pool Party, and Blueberry Bushel. That's the one that we used on the sentiment. So I'm just going to do a little glue dot to keep my flag. So I'm just going to do a glue dot in the middle, and then that keeps it together. And then where am I going to tuck it? So we can tuck it right in there. So we'll do another glue dot, and then we'll just tuck it under. So if I was planning ahead, I would have tucked that under first, but there's plenty of room for that to go under. There we go. So that's the outside. That's so easy. And like I said, you could swap out the cake. I'll do it on this side. You can see the cake. You've got some fun banners. So you can really just mix and match. So this is really fun to do, especially if you've got a group that you want to stamp with who has, you know, varying degrees or new stampers, like anybody can put that together with a punch and a couple sentiments. You can do all sorts. So let's do them inside and in the stamp set. Let's see. What did I do? There it is. I already have all my supplies buried. So in the stamp set, there's a couple little accent pieces along with the word. So, you know, with the dies, you can do happy first birthday, happy second birthday. Most of the people I send cards to, they probably don't want their ages put on the card. So, but I've also used the number dies to make a couple, what am I trying to say? New Year's cards. So there's lots of different things you can do, but I'm just going to do a quick little flower here on my insert. And of course on my envelope, because all my customers know, no naked envelopes, right guys? You gotta have the envelope decorated at least a little bit. I usually don't go crazy, but you could do the flap. I usually do something just down in the front. Because let's face it, sometimes the USPS kind of really destroys the envelope. So you want to have all your good artwork on the inside, right? So we're just going to do a little bit of the flower, some glue. But this is a really nice, just quick way to have a whole lot of cards, and you don't need to vary from the colors that are in the designer series paper. Just stick with those and it keeps it easy. Make a couple card bases in each color. And even you can even stick to the same layout. So you could do this one the same way. You could turn it and you could do the designer series paper at the top. You could do it in the middle. You could just do a corner and just trim the edges off. You know, it's really, really nice to mix and match however you want to do it. And so let me see a couple of the samples that I made. So that's the one we just did. Super quick, like I'm saying. And I've got this one. So these use more of just the smaller piece. Like I said, when I was making my samples, I didn't want to use too many of the big pieces because I wanted to save that for you guys who are going to come and stamp. But so I just clustered a couple flowers. There's some bigger leaves and then another little flower at the top. Oh, that's what I forgot to do on this one. Now that I'm looking at, I forgot to add a little bit of shine and shimmer with these online exclusive adhesive back heart sequins. So these came out in the November release, but nobody was looking at Valentine's Day stuff in November except for demonstrators. So let me, little fingerprint on there. So I just added a little heart right there. So there we go. Now it's finished. But these come with the whole suite of Valentine's Day products with the dies and the stamp set and stuff. And they released those early so we could get a little bit of a head start on doing some Valentine's Day stuff before Christmas, because once January rolls around, it's kind of a quick rush to get things made and do samples and stuff. But the Make-A-Wish I used on this one, and then this one, similar layout, but I put the cake down in the corner, added the heart here, and then one of the bigger clusters of flower accents. So, but this is a fun group of products, and you can really make it what you want. So you could do Make-A-Wish, you could do just, you know, whatever your favorite birthday sentiment is that fits. So let me, you know what, I'll leave these here for you to look at while I clean up my mess, and then we can go on to the next project. But yep, I see Bobby said matching envelopes. You've got to have the matching envelopes, right? It's a rule. How else is the mailman going to know that it needs to be handled with care when they see that nice fancy envelope in the mailbox? Let's see, what is everybody else saying here? We've got, nice to see so many people joining in. I wasn't sure if anybody was going to see my messages about doing a live instead of a Facebook Live instead of doing an in-person event. So I'm going to slide all this stuff in the bin and pull up my next bin. And let's see, all the stamps that need to be cleaned. All right, the next one we're going to do, we're going to use the, all right, slide these out of the way, and we're going to use a really nice basic set. If you have some greetings that you've used for years and years and years that you got way back when you first started stamping, and maybe you want to update or, you know, just get something new for your basic sentiments. This is a great one. This is a $1 Million Sales Achiever stamp set that one of the demonstrators who sold $1 million worth of stamping supplies, which blows my mind, she got to design a stamp set. So this one is just, you know, real basic. It's got your real general sentiments that you want to have for, you know, most occasions. And so we're going to use that, and then we're also going to use a new online exclusive die set called All Around It dies, and these are just kind of a little bit of a like little wonky circles, but they're kind of fun, a little different. If you want something a little more casual and less structured, so that's always good to have choices on your die sets, especially basic shapes like that. So we're going to start first. Show my packet here. We've got just a basic white card base. Find my bone folder. What did I do with it? There it is. Losing everything. And my 3 colors. I thought these colors were kind of fun for the fact that it's kind of it's not really been dreary like gray and rainy, but it's not a lot of color with all the snow. Our snow our whole yard is still pretty covered, so it's nice to see a little bit of color here. Let me find all my stamps. So we're going to use the heart, the star, and the little flower from the set. And I'm just going to use, this is Calypso Coral and Calypso Coral ink, and just the little images are just real cute. It's amazing what you can do with just small images and a sentiment. You know, just play around with colors, and everything doesn't have to be really complicated with lots of layers. And since this was going to be a make and take, it wasn't really a true class today. It was just going to be kind of self-guided, see some new stuff, get some ink on your stamps. And then let's see, we're going to do the star in Lemon Lolly, our nice light yellow. And I've used this layout before in class projects. I just like the three panels. It's nice and pleasing, and it allows you to use a couple different colors. And it shows off, you know, three of the little images from this cute set. And the next one we're going to use is Peach Pie. And again, that's one of the ink colors from the newest group of ink colors. So that'll be around for one more annual catalog cycle. So if you haven't gotten this one yet, it's a nice light orange. There we go. And then I am going to do the sentiment. I'm just going to do thank you, because we can all use thank you cards, right? I still have to make some thank you cards for Christmas gifts. And my kids have written out their portion, but I need cards to actually put them in. So we're gonna make a couple more of these, I think. And then let's use this one over here. And the star. Try not to get ink everywhere. I don't know if anybody has favorite products yet that they can't wait to get from the mini catalog. If there's like a far-reaching favorite that everybody wants to get their hands on. I'm always surprised at the different things that everybody likes, and I guess that's a good thing. My little stamp and cut and emboss and get some cutting going. hopefully this works. Sometimes I can't get this to work very well, and I don't know if it's me or what, user error, but sometimes I just have a hard time getting it to grip. See if it'll cut. Hopefully it won't embarrass me in front of a Facebook Live, but I guess it's live TV for you, right? All right, so we've got that nice little thank you, a little bit of a wonky circle, so it's a little bit more casual. And then I'm going to run it through again for the 2 images. But anyway, as I was saying, I don't know if anybody has a favorite, but I always like seeing what everybody orders. And usually there's not one thing that everybody gets, which is fun, because everybody likes something different, and the Stampin' Up! Has enough different variety. Oops, that moved a little bit. So that everybody finds something that they love. All right, yay, it worked all 3 times. It always seems like when I pull this out for classes, it doesn't cooperate every single time. So let me slide this stuff out of the way, and the 2 dies. Like I said, that's the Around It All dies, and you get a whole bunch. Let's see, how many? 12. So these big circles, for those of you who do scrapbooking, those are nice to cover large areas. All right, so let's see. I'm going to start putting these together. Got my glue. Start do a nice kind of a gradient with this one at the top. Hopefully I get my spacing right. Try not to stick my head over the camera. Lori just asked if I had anybody ringing my doorbell. I haven't heard the doorbell go. The dogs haven't barked. So hopefully everybody got my email last night. Nobody responded that they got my email. So I was hoping that everybody who had said that they were coming saw it and, you know, just didn't respond. I didn't ask everybody to reply when they got it, but I was hoping nobody showed up. I mean, they could come in and like hang out in my stamp room with me and watch the back of my head while I put this together, but that's not very exciting. All right, now I'm just going to use a little bit of silver trim. Just going to cut a big loop and going to stick that on the back side of my circle. Let's see. Hold my finger to it and then use a dimensional. We're just going to use a dimensional to hold that down, and then we're going to use another dimensional to hold a little bit more, and a couple more for good measure, right? It's not an Amanda Mertz Did You Stamp Today card without like 4 or 5 dimensionals. Got to have some dimension. You don't want a flat card, right? These go through the mail nicely. I've got glue everywhere. All right, I'm going to stick this one. Oops. Well, it's already on there now, so we'll do that one just kind of straight right there. Trim that because they don't match. And then 2 more dimensionals for the 2 little images that we stamped. And stick one up there and one down here. And then I've got some pretty gems that go in the right colors, and these are called the Adhesive Back Shiny Sequins. And I don't even know when these were released. These are not new, but they are still in the online store as far as I know. It was keeping up with things that were retiring that are still available, but on the last chance list. Hopefully you guys all saw all that and didn't miss out on anything that you wanted, but I think many of the things are still available. So that's the outside. Now I'm just going to do an insert in here. I like to do an insert even though I'm using Basic White Thick for the card base, because when I stamp my hand stamp by stamp on the back, sometimes you can see it through depending on the color, and it also gives a little bit more weight to the card if I just stick another piece of Basic White in there as an insert. So let's see, what color do we want to use? Maybe we'll do another heart since we used the star and the flower on the front. Do that. And again, what do we do, everybody? No naked envelopes. So we're going to do this. Oh, Lori says she feels like she orders the same kinds of things over and over again. I think we all do, but honestly, like Lori, I know you've been stamping a long time and I've been stamping. Sometimes it just seems like that because Stampin' Up! Comes out with things that kind of look similar, but 10 years apart. So if you liked it the first time, chances are you like it again the second time, but there's going to be enough variation probably that you'll still get good use out of both products. And let's see, I didn't clean my hand stamped by, so we'll clean that, and then maybe I'll use Peach Pie to keep that a little bit lighter on the back so it doesn't go through, but the insert usually prevents that from happening. Do it right there. There we go. And I didn't make any variations of this one in my on my samples, so it's just the same card with a little bit better placement of the ribbon, so it was more on an angle, but it's still a cute card, and it's, just give you some ideas of what you can do with some smaller images and some basic sentiments. But this is a cute one. Look for that one in the mini catalog. It's right up front after some of the kit items. And I'll leave that there. Let me just tidy up again, and then I'll go into the next one, which is not mini catalog items, but they are new. They came out in November. These are some of the products from the Valentine's Day suite that we had early, but nobody was really paying attention to. But I wanted to give that as a little bonus project today as my make and takes, because Valentine's Day is coming and we should start thinking about that with some little treat holders. We're going to use some of the online exclusive Marbled Elegance paper. And these are just 2 squares that are 6 by 6. So each 12 by 12 sheet you can make 4. We've got this one is more reds with the gold, and then this one is pinks with the gold. And we're gonna make little treat pouches that hold 2 of these. Let's do 2 different colors. 2 of these little Ghirardelli heart treats. They're super cute. And people, this little treat idea has been around forever. And I probably reuse it every 7 or 8 years because it's really sweet. And let me see. I have to pull out all my stuff got kind of mixed up in here. So we're just going to use a couple pieces of scrap paper and then one of the dies. And this is a really pretty heart die that is in the Hearts of Elegance suite. So you can there's stamp set and die sets. You can just get the bundle. There's the designer series paper with the gold accents, and then I'm trying to think. Oh, and then the hearts that we use, those gold hearts, like little gems. Those are also in the suite. But it's a nice little set for Valentine's Day, and they're just cute, I think. So we're going to start with the 6 by 6. You're going to fold it in half, and you can choose whichever side you want. I'm just going to do the gold side out on this one just because it's so pretty. I almost hate to see it get covered up. So you've got your flap open at the top. You're going to take one side and you're just going to go across, and you're going to try to keep it as straight as you can, roughly. Sometimes it's hard to tell. And again, like, I'm trying not to put my head over the camera so I can see. Use your bone folder to give a nice burnish. And then you're going to bring the other one over. And again, Give it a nice burnish. And then you're going to fold this one down. Oh, mine's a little bit crooked. That's what happens on live TV, right? It's a little bit crooked. So you fold that flap down, and then you've got the nice little pouch. And we're going to stick our 2 candies in. You could even fit 3 if you're really generous, but you know, depends how much you like the person, maybe. So it's called the diaper fold, and there's tons of different versions of it, or, you know, tutorials and stuff online. But let's see, we're going to use the hearts and see if this one, if it works again for me. We're going to do, let's do the red heart. So this is the one we're going to use. So we'll do red for that one, and then I'll do the other one with pink. I don't know if you even want to see another one done, but it's a pretty basic fold. It goes quick. You can make a whole bunch of these, like if you needed classroom treats, or, you know, for coworkers, or you wanted to do for your neighbors, or you have a book club that you wanted to bring your friends a little treat. And this die, I love this die. The other dies in the set are, you know, open hearts, but there's a couple that have extra detail. So this one just does a little stitching. So you get the full solid heart. It's not just with the little stitching detail. And then the same with this big one right here. You get all that stitching detail around the outside. So it's a nice mix of plain and then detailed hearts. Now I have to figure out, let's see where my paper piercings are to poke it out. So we've got this, and what? Use some real red, and let's see, where's my scrap paper? I had some scrap paper. Here we go. I'm going to just do the Be Mine on a piece of scrap paper in real red. That's not my best work. And then I'm just going to hand trim it real quick. Just give the little bit of scripty words a little bit of a rounded look. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then if it's mixed with more straight letters, I keep those more straight. Just kind of go around. There we go. Get out some little mini dimensionals. And then we're just going to stick this right on the heart with a little bit of gold cord. Everybody's got some gold in their stash, don't they? Should have gotten that one out first. So I'm just going to do a loop where it's going to be like a faux bow, where you just do a little loop without actually tying anything. And then let's do let's see, this one should work. Live TV. Trying to keep it down. I should have used a big one first. That's right. There's always a way to make it work. Like you cover it up with something, or you just rip it off and do another one. So I've got Be Mine. Trim off a little bit of this and that. And then we're going to bring that back, and then we'll use some bigger dimensionals if I can find them somewhere on my table. I've kind of made a little bit of a disaster area here. Not wanting to make you guys wait and watch me clean up. But this is a fun little treat. And those of you who are coming to my January stamp club at the end of the month, you just might get one of these because I have all the supplies ready for today. So I might just make them all up and you guys get a little treat. So I'll show you how to do the fold again. I won't show all that again, but the fold, just to remind you of how it is. So how about we do the gold on the inside? Maybe I can get this one more straight. So just fold it in half on the diagonal. Give a nice crisp burnish. All right, maybe let's see. Line it up with my grid paper and I can see that we're gonna keep it more straight. Let's see how I do. Second time's a charm maybe. Then we're gonna bring this one back across. Yeah, it looks better. It lines up a little more closely. Another burnish, and then again, you fold down that top flap right there. There we go. This one's more straight. There we've got our little diaper fold pouch. You can stick all sorts of stuff in there. I've seen hard candies. You could do little mini candy canes for Christmas with Christmas paper. But let's see, just a couple more of these. There's different flavors here. So we've got, how about some creme brulee? It's got the pinks that match. And how about the gold, which is just plain caramel. Matches the gold accents on the paper. So there we go. We've got that. You can do, let's see, this one is a little bit smaller. This one, I think when I was cutting, I had a paper that, I think it was 5.5, that was just 5.5 square. So it's whatever size, as long as it's the same length on each side. And here's a little mini one. This one is really crooked, but you could fit one in here and do a little heart on there. This one might be 4x4. So it's really just whatever, just make sure that your paper is square, and you can get all sorts of fun treats out of it. How about we tuck these in? You can show this one. But so those were the projects we were going to do today at my open house. And I hope you enjoyed seeing a few things come together. But that's I've come to the end. That's what I have. So if anybody has any questions about any of the products in the mini catalog or even celebration items, just let me know. You can always reach out, leave a comment here, or you can just obviously reach out to me directly, whatever works for you. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I ended up having to cancel today. I probably could have had it, but I always like to be safe than sorry. I don't want people going out on the road in case of, you know, bad weather and feeling that they have to get here because they RSVP'd. I want everybody to be safe. So, and it's always nice to stay home in your cozy clothes and just look at the snow, right? And not have to go out into it. But I hope everyone can enjoy the rest of their weekend. And if you have not responded to, if you've not RSVP'd to Stamp Club, that is January 28th, I believe. Let me just double check my planner to make sure. Respond by the Wednesday before. So that is, yes, the 28th. So that's on Tuesday the 28th, 9:30 a.m. or 7 p.m. Please let me know as soon as you can if you can make it to that. And then also on Thursday, this coming Thursday, I am doing, on January 16th, I'm doing a kit together. So like I said, if you have a paper pumpkin kit, if you've got maybe a set of cards that you have all the pieces for, that you just want to get them all put together, bring those, just come on over and we'll have a good time. It's fun just to sit and chat, and you go home with a project mostly made or all the way made, depending on how fast you stamp. But it's a nice reason to plan to do some crafting, so you keep that on your calendar. So just let me know if you can make it to that, and that's on the 16th. So thank you all so much for coming, joining me. Did you stamp today? And appreciate it. Have a great day, guys.